What's going on, guys? Your main man Zera here, gonna give you guys a quick video, a quick shout out. Okay, first of all, I apologize for not getting as much content out as I would have liked recently. There's a lot of craziness going on. Classes started a couple weeks ago, so I've been struggling with that. Well, not really struggling so much as it is just like, you guys know how it is. Like something like your schedule changes suddenly, and you gotta, adapt, and you gotta adjust, and you gotta make sure to stay on top of my classes, make sure I get my hours down. I still needed to contact my, the veteran representative for, military veterans, make sure that my GI Bill got covered and everything else, because they were apparently having issues with that, so that took a couple of days to get ironed out. My hard drive failed, literally failed, like my operating system completely just died the day before classes started, so yeah, that took like forever to get up and running. Not forever, I had it up the same day, but there's a difference between getting your operating system up and then having it exactly where you had it before it dropped. I mean, I had like $15,000 in software I had to reinstall, so it was crazy. And then with, like I said, classes, having to get all my online access, get all my books, and get all my online courses lined up, and then I had to turn right back around and then download new software for my new classes, and it's just crazy. But all that's done. Everything's set up. Everything's good to go. Everything's golden. We're streaming on the weekends, so unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to stream during the weekdays a lot. But there is some good news. There is a 3-day weekend with Labor Day, so starting tomorrow, as soon as I get in from classes, because I'm gonna get in early. So Friday afternoon, probably around 1-ish, 2-ish at the latest, I'm gonna start streaming, and I'll probably stream for 6 or 7 straight hours. And then on the weekends I'll be streaming. My Druid will be 110 by then. She's gonna be 110 probably either this morning or as soon as I get back from my one class this afternoon. So she'll be 110. My Hunter probably won't get touched. I really like BM as of right now because it's the best of the 3 specs, I believe. Again, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying that the other well, Marksman's kind of garbage, but Survival is doing pretty good. Just kind of squishy, but BM is really strong, so I'm gonna stick with BM. But as soon as we hit 110, boys, it's into professions, it's into dungeons, it's into Suramar, getting Suramar knocked out. But I'm gonna start doing these these vlogs every day. You guys will be getting content every single day here. It just took me a couple of, about 10 days to 2 weeks to get everything set up and figured out and ironed out. I mean, I had a checklist a mile long I had to do whenever classes started. So that got finished. I want to give you guys this quick video. Just a quick word on Legion, like as a whole so far. I mean, I had done Legion for months and months and months on the beta. Not to mention, I had watched every single thing put out by other streamers, YouTubers, even Blizzard themselves, like the dungeon race, the content that they were talking about, the interviews with the developers on Twitch. I've done it all, read it all, seen it all, watched it all many times over. Matter of fact, for the very first developer conversation with Blizzard, I literally could quote that thing after like the first 2 weeks, because all I did was watch it and rewatch it, because I couldn't get enough. But knowing what I know now, having actually experienced it on live and the transition, there was no transition, there was no glitch, there was no downtime, there was no lag, there was no disconnections, there was no restart, there was no anything. I mean, it was just flawless. And I gotta say, if this is like the level at which Blizzard is going to operate at for the duration of Legion, I'm sold. I'm sold. I forgive them for every mistake they've ever made. If this is what we can expect with Legion, they just got me to, like, my level of enthusiasm is through the dead gum roof right now. I mean, like where I was for Warlords was like I can't even put my hand low enough to the ground. It'd have to go through the ground to how, unenthused I was for Warlords after like the first month after I hit max level. But now on Legion, I'm way like cloud 9, dude, for real. It's ridiculous. So I mean, I've like I said, I've leveled the 110 on the beta. I think what, twice? No, I was working on a third time. Yeah, the third time I got my Feral Druid to like 103 or something. So I mean, at least 2 times got through the first, got through was it Valshara and Azuna on my Feral Druid. So I knocked those two out first. I go clockwise. If you get, well, for you guys it'd be this way. Yeah, I go clockwise. So I go Azuna, Valshara, High Mountain, and then I do Stormheim. And I, obviously, Suramar is designed to be a max level zone, but I mean, you can actually go in there before max level. I don't know many people that do, but you can. Like I said, I'm wrapping up my dungeons right now, and I'm gonna knock out Stormheim, and then I'm gonna go into Stormheim's dungeon, knock it out, and then I should be 110. If not, I'll definitely hit 110 after just a few minutes or maybe an hour in Suramar. But like I said, I love Legion so far. Very promising, very awesome. The transition was flawless, and execution on Blizzard's end was just amazing. Even though so many, and it feels like so many people hate the fact that Blizzard's doing well right now with Legion, because they're just, they've been under DDoS attacks for days now. I mean, I think ever since like the morning after launch, people have just been trying to DDoS, ISPs and Blizzard themselves and the servers, and it's just like, can't you people get a life? Seriously, I mean, y'all are gamers just like the rest of us. Why you gotta do this? So anyway, that's my 2 cents for Legion's launch and release. And this is like 48 hours after the fact. Well, I'm closer to 30 hours after the fact. But anyway, my point is that Legion is flawless. It's amazing. Love it to death. I knew I'd like it, but I didn't know I'd like it this much. I mean, and it's weird because I haven't experienced anything new since on the from the beta to now. I haven't really experienced anything new, and nothing huge or amazing has happened. But it's just the amazement, because I mean, I've played since vanilla. I was there in BC, I was there in Wrath, I was there in Cat, I was there in Mop, I was there in WoD, I was there, and I'm here now. So like, I've seen all these, every single one of these expansions come out, and something has gone wrong. Something Blizzard didn't expect, something they didn't anticipate, or couldn't anticipate, or maybe they did, but they couldn't quite, get everything ironed out before launch, or maybe they thought they did, and it just, it just fell through the floor. But right now, they're on top of their stuff. I applaud their effort. Blizzard, you guys have got it in the bag. You got it down to a science. Congratulations to your server maintenance team, because that's just your server engineers, because that is just dope. I read the post on MMO Champion. It's awesome. Love you guys. Keep up the great work. And guys, I'm fixing to jump back on. The server's just restarted, so I'm gonna get back on and I'm gonna pound out my druid. Then I'm gonna go bounce to class for an hour, come back, and we are gonna get into it. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy this. There will be a lot of videos coming to you every single day. They won't be long or drawn out, or and unfortunately they won't be like super amazingly edited. They're just gonna be me just ranting and raving, some music in the background, so maybe a couple of tool tips or whatnot over here on the side. But I will make sure to get you guys at least some content every day. That way you guys can stay on top. You'll know my thoughts and everything else going on. And if I experience something and I want to share it with you guys, that way you guys can kind of get a heads up on what maybe to or not to do. So, but remember, as far as like people who can actually dedicate full time to Legion and whatnot, that's not really what I'm gonna be able to do with classes going on, because I do have my priorities. But I will get to it, I promise. And yes, it is confirmed, I am maining a Guardian Druid. I love the Feral, I love my Resto Druid, but I am maining a Guardian Druid. My Hunter is kind of TBD. I mean, I'll main BM for the time being, at least until marksmanship, because I want to be a marksmanship hunter, or survival gets tweaked, either one, whichever one gets kind of ironed out and made flawless in its execution. We might go to that at a later date, but for right now, BM, as good as it is, I can't get away from it. But I will be raiding with both of those, but it just really depends on which one gets more recognition first. If people like me better on my Guardian Druid, as far as like in a raiding guild, in a raiding environment, or would they prefer me on my Hunter for my DPS? So we'll just see. We'll see how it works out. Hopefully we'll get you guys all the content that you want and need. If you guys have any requests, I do still need to knock out the rest of my reviews for all the other classes. I wanted to knock all that out before Legion is released, but the fact that they are released and they're getting some tweaks, that's good. that means I can actually give some more in-depth reviews and so on and so forth. And for some strange reason, I mean, I haven't actually tried to get on it, but the Legion beta is still showing accessible on my Battle.net launcher. I'm like, what? I haven't tried to log on, so I don't think it's. I hope it's not still up. That would just be dumb. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. And like I said, we're going to be doing some vlogs. And then the second thing was the reviews. I do know I need to get back to them. I'm gonna finish that up. We're gonna finish the healers, and then we're gonna get into the tanks, and then we'll get into the DPS towards the latter end. I mean, if you're that interested in doing DPS, there are people out there that are doing them. I just like to really focus on the tanks and the healers, because honestly, not a lot of people really go in depth when it comes to tanks and healers. They just don't. They might touch on this or that, or say, I don't like this change. I'm like, no. Start nitpicking, you know what I'm saying? That's why my reviews are like hour-and-a-half long, some of them. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. I love you guys. See you in the next video. Zera is out.